So, how's everybody doing? This is John Huey. I'm in the Z. This is the Uncomfort Zone. It's a late night edition. The reason why it's a late night edition is because the last 2 days, whenever I try to do a video, I've been getting interrupted by phone calls when I've been putting down some heat. So, as always, blacktopia.org, Blacktopia, the Facebook page, brings you the Uncomfort Zone. So, here's what I want to talk about. We got all these people out protesting, showing their ass because of our new president elect. So people need to take a chill pill on that and think about this. Sometimes you gotta take a step back before you can take 2 steps forward. And now that this is the reality of the situation, there's going to be a lot of steps back. But 46% of the country did not vote. How many black people didn't vote? I mean, you guys vote. If you guys would have voted in Florida, that causes, but it's not even about that. It's about this. What has the Democrats really, like you said, what have they really done for people of color, for the working class? They had opportunities. We had a president in office. Like I said, the last 24 years, 16 of them have been controlled by Democrats. With that being said, what have they done? Seriously, what have they done? So, if we stop just rubber stamping, and voting for them, maybe some shit gets done. Maybe if we start organizing and holding these people to feet to the fire, shit gets done. Maybe if we get out and vote, shit gets done. So, will there be more jobs created? Possibly, because it's all controlled by the Republicans. They might go ahead and release the purse strings in order to do shit that President Obama wanted to do that they kept blocking. But you also got to remember, first 2 years, he had control of everything, and they didn't do anything about it. They didn't push for anything. They didn't, we didn't get the things we want. Hey, he's a great man. He's a great, he was classy man. But he's a moderate. He's right down the middle. He's the type of president that you need when shit is going well, or when shit is not going well, to get it back in order. But hopefully in the next 60 days, he decides to buck up and set this MF on fire and start doing things, because right now it's like he's just in cruise control. Let's take the blinders off and let's be real. There's a lot of shit he couldn't do, but there's a lot of shit he could have done and still can do, and it is what it is. It's like things need to change. Things need to happen. But let's go back to this. Don't be sad about what's going on for too long. What's going on with this president that we're going to have for the next 4 years. But make sure he's a one-term president. I'm not saying go out and sabotage this fool. He's going to do it to himself. But just make sure that he's a one-term president. Because this is ridiculous. This is straight up ridiculous that people would not vote for a woman for whatever reason. And all these people that keep saying she's not a good, she's not a good, she's not a good. I'm talking to black people. Okay. Has she done some shit that's fucked up? Sure she has. But all in all, why is she such a bad candidate? Seriously, compared to what I'm not talking about a perfect candidate going against somebody like who should have been running, Elizabeth Warren or Cory Booker. Bernie Sanders had some warts too. His ass didn't want to go after the black vote and talk to black people on the black radio stations until the momentum was going in the other direction. So don't blame the DNC for, and all that backroom bullshit that they were doing. This was on Bernie. Bernie should have went out. He should have, told his people, look, you gotta, in states that were close, you gotta, you have to be registered, for a party. You can't just be independent, because a lot of places in the primaries, if you're independent, you can't vote for a Republican or a Democrat. You just asked out. So you had to find out about these things, and that cost him, because pretty much they were really close. So if you really wanted to be president, then you need to know how the game works. And that's on him. You've been in office for all this damn time and you don't know how the game works? Come on, man. Let's get real. This ain't on the DNC. Yeah, they may have wanted Hillary. And but Bernie didn't do himself no favors by not knowing how the gameplay was played. So peep this. So things are gonna, like I said, gonna get crazy. I have friends that are, scared about being deported. I have friends that are worried about more violence. My son's mother works for the county, and she's like, somebody was in there just yesterday talking about, you need to do this, you need to do that. Do you know who my president is? Are you sure you're supposed to be here? So it's already starting. I heard people post, I've read people post talking about, nigga, go home, go back to Africa, and, all sorts of racist shit. So, hey, there's gonna be, the good part about that, we know who's what, straight up. And the people that voted for him, I would say the majority of them are bigots. I wouldn't go as far as saying racist, but the majority of them are bigots and lowlifes that don't give a shit. And the majority, uneducated, and again, they just don't give a shit. But the Democrats did not help themselves out one fucking bit by not doing their due diligence and finding out what the fuck is going on, and not just in the election, but for years not doing shit. Not doing shit for not just for black people, but for all people who don't make great money. All these politicians. So this is why this fool was elected. So, it's almost 4:00 in the morning when I'm making this video, so that's why I'm kind of on a chill. But I'm just like, don't be jumping off no bridges. Don't do anything too radical. And all these people that's out protesting, yeah, here in California we went blue, so damn the protest here. You need to go to one of these red states and protest, because and all that's doing, and keep the violence down, because all that's doing is just feeding into it and making them, justify some of the shit that they want to do. So you have to check yourself and be real about what it is you're doing, and is it beneficial? What is it going to accomplish? There's not going to be a recall, even though she had more votes. This electoral college system is bullshit. The person who gets the most votes should win. Shit, straight up. There it is. The most person who gets the most votes should win. Not some antiquated, fucked up system that was invented by some dude that wanted to keep power for his particular party. So, they've gerrymandered these and redistrict these lines so there's more Republicans in office when there's actually more registered Democrats and liberals and independents. So we need to go out and vote. Go to your, again, as I've said in many videos before, get with your mosque, get with your church, get with your synagogue, your get with your leagues, whatever it is you want to do. I don't give a damn, your Jedi temple, and use that. Go to your local city council, go to your mayor and tell them, I'm coming with this amount of votes. What are you going to do for me? And I don't mean like 10 votes. You got to go in there with some numbers, thousands of numbers, and you do it at the local level. And you watch a motherfucker, watch a motherfucker's eyes get big when you come in there and say you got these petitions with all these registered voters on there talking about they going to follow what the fuck you want. You got to go in there and let these niggas know, and I'm not talking about black folks. I'm talking about these niggas. And you know what I'm talking about. These niggas is crazy. And you just got to go in there and you got to out nigga the nigga. And let's be real. You got to out nigga the nigga to get some shit done. So, my closing remarks is, it's going to get better, but it's going to get worse first. It's always darkest before the light, before the dawn, and it's gonna get better. This is gonna be this is a good thing. This is gonna show that people always say, oh well, you should vote Republican, give them a chance. All right, here's their chance. What the fuck are they gonna do for us? And I don't need no handout. I don't want no handout. I don't need a handout. I'm cool. But I'm saying, I got a lot of my brothers and sisters out there in this country don't have the same opportunities that I have, the abilities that I have, and they need some help. They don't need a handout either. They want a good paying job so they can take care of their kids. But, I was watching Barbara the Country Lady talk about this. Why are you motherfuckers having all these damn kids and can't pay for them? Stop opening up your goddamn legs. Stop sticking your dick in somebody and producing these motherfuckers. Go buy your ass a condom or stop fucking nutting somebody and stop letting the motherfucker nut in you without no, get on some damn birth control. Shit, fuck all that. You producing all these damn kids and can't take care of them. That's some straight up bullshit. I got one son, straight up. And I would have loved to have more kids. I couldn't afford to have more kids. And this these motherfuckers are all love. Fuck that. We don't live in the jungle. We live in America. And shit costs a lot of money here. And if you ain't got a lot of money, then, why are you going to handicap your kids like that? People say, well, you don't need a lot of money to do. I'm sorry. You want them to have an education to go to college? You want them to be in the hole when they go to college? You want them to have clothes? You want them to have food? Because the better the food that you give your kids, the better they're going to perform. So, come on. Well, anyway, I'm off on a tangent. So anyway, look, this is the Republicans' opportunity to show their ass and to prove one way or the other. Either they can get their shit right, or they are what we thought they are. So, again, this has been the Uncomfort Zone. I'm John Huey. This is brought to you by blacktopia.org, Blacktopia, the Facebook page. Yo, Jay, what's up, my brother? And the color blue. And I'm out.